Hi everybody. Well, I said I was going to test myself again. This will be my fourth test since testing positive. You don't need to see this part. Alrighty. Okay, now I just have 15 minutes to wait. What, did you think I was just gonna leave with 15 minutes and have just a wall? Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm testing myself again, and one of the reasons I started this second channel is to talk about things in cruising that's not the big stories, right? Not the COVID cases on board or the cruise line canceling cruises, but also some of the stories that are good-natured and some good stories in the cruise lines. And I have one today, I really do. So picture this. You go on vacation to Aruba with your family. The flight there goes without incident. Everything goes smoothly. Now, one of your children has nonverbal autism. And when you have that, you do have to have special needs, and you have to work with the children. He's flown before and he's had no issues, and he flew to Aruba, no issues. Unfortunately, on the flight home with this family of 5, I believe the boy was 16 years old, around that age, and as he entered the plane, at the doorway, he said toilet, which for him meant something was wrong. And they gently nudged him, got him to the seat, but that's when he had an outburst. He wouldn't sit down, he started screaming, they had to hold him down in his seat. It carried on for a little bit of time on United Airlines, to the point where at one point the pilot came out and said, "I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave the plane. We have to take off, and we cannot take off with a child screaming or being held down or anything like." They can't do it. And it's a plane. You can't have anybody, whether it's health issues or just a drunken disorder or anything like that. You can't have anybody being a disturbance on the plane that way. And I understand why the pilot had to make that decision. The family says they should deal with this kind of stuff, but you got to remember, you're a plane and you're 38,000 feet above the ground. You don't need somebody needing to be held down or standing up and breaking the safety rules on a plane, and I understand that part as well, even though I completely feel for this family, I really do. But that's not the crux of the story. So the family ends up getting off the plane, and they don't know what to do now. Now they can't get back on a plane. The airline has kind of red flagged them, and the child doesn't want to get back on a plane. So what do you do? And so they contacted a couple emergency evacuation companies, and they weren't able to help. Planes, same thing. Much smaller planes, in fact. So they were stuck. They were stuck in Aruba for over 3 weeks. When a person who volunteers at a charity company who works with nonverbal autism and diseases reached out to them, as well as Carnival Cruise Line. And Carnival Cruise Line diverted one of their ships to dock in Aruba to pick this family up and bring them back to the United States. That's going above and beyond, folks. Congratulations, Carnival Cruise Line. That is amazing to do that. I mean, it's not no small amount of money to do that. They weren't passengers on this cruise line. They didn't book a cruise. They weren't long-time members of Carnival. But they diverted a cruise ship to help this family get home after being stuck over 3 weeks in Aruba with no way to get home. 3 of the family members, the father and 2 other children, flew home. They had to get to school. He had to get to work. And the mother had been there panicky with the child in Aruba ever since. I don't like to bring up names. That's why I'm saying the child, the mother. I'm just being out of respect. I know it was in the news story and things like that, but I don't like using people's names unless I have direct permission. So I just wanted to say that, like, isn't that a pretty darn good story? We always hear of cruise ships going to the rescue of, you know, boats that are stranded or being heading over for supplies for hurricane damage and helping out in that kind of things, medical. We have cruise ships helping refugees in Ukraine. And here's a story where they went out of their way to help an individual family and child to get home because they couldn't get home at the time from Aruba. I think that is a hats off to Carnival. I know a lot of people come down hard on Carnival quite a bit because they are the entry, a lot of them are like the entry level to cruising. They have some great ships, some great people, some great food and entertainment. But they tend to get a bum rap sometimes. But it also is because they're the biggest cruise line in the world. So the bigger you are, the harder they like to see you fall. And I just wanted to say, you know, sometimes those big nasty cruise ships that everyone complain about really do some stuff that's, well, quite frankly, fantastic. Well, hasn't been 15 minutes, but there's still 2 solid lines there. Now I'm currently past my quarantine period. I'm considered recovered. And as I said in my last video, the only way now that I can ever get on a cruise again the next 3 months, if I keep testing positive like this, is to get that documentation of recovery, which I will be filling out on Saturday, because that's the official day, enough time leeway to get my document. So much for testing negative.